These robbers today break into the house of a very wealthy man.
So when you wake up,
This rich man and his family live a life full of money and luxury, and because of that, the robbers are here to steal everything they can. As soon as they force their way inside the house, they don't waste a single second. They immediately tie up everyone they find inside, the wealthy man, his children, and his wife, strapping them tightly onto a sofa so they can't move. Once the family is tied down, the robbers begin collecting the expensive and luxurious items from the house. But Michael, the wealthy man, is smart and determined. Using all his strength, he manages to break free from where he was tied up and makes a run for it. The robbers, furious at his escape, chase after him. Michael knows that if he wants to save his family, his wife and his children, he has to make a bold decision. Welcome back to Movie Now. I don't have many subscribers, but your single comment is a ray of hope to motivate me. The movie begins in California, at a beautiful beach. This is not just any beach, it's a private and quiet place where only the wealthy and rich come to enjoy themselves. Today, a man named William has arrived with his wife and kids to spend some time here. The family pulls up in their car, planning to stay at this peaceful place for a week before heading back home. William is not only wealthy but also famous. In fact, he is one of the richest men in the city. Because of his high status, he constantly worries about his family's safety. To protect them, William has taken strong precautions and made sure no strangers can enter the beach area. This way, he believes his family can stay safe and enjoy their time together without any unwanted interruptions. His wife, Lauren, loves him deeply. She is grateful for everything he has done for her. With them is her daughter, Anna, from her previous marriage. Michael, even though he is Anna's stepfather, treats her as his own child. He makes sure she is taken care of, and he even pays for her school tuition. Despite not being her biological father, there is nothing he doesn't do to keep her comfortable and happy in this family. Lauren, seeing his efforts, is filled with joy. However, Anna does not feel the same way. For some unknown reason, Anna seems uncomfortable around Michael. She keeps her distance from him, avoids his presence, and doesn't want him to get too close to her. Michael notices this and feels troubled by it. He often asks his wife, Lauren, why Anna behaves this way, but he doesn't get a clear answer. One evening, after Lauren prepares dinner, the family sits down to eat together. Just as they are about to enjoy their meal, someone suddenly knocks on the door. A stranger named John appears. He explains that he was just passing by, but his phone battery had died. He says he needs to call a friend and asks politely if he can borrow one of their phones. At first, the family is shocked. After all, this is a private beach, no one else should be here. Michael immediately grows suspicious. He values his family's safety and is ready to shut the door in John's face. But Anna, the daughter, interrupts. She argues that it's okay to help him and offers her phone. She hands it over to John without hesitation. John seems grateful. He quickly makes a call, tells his friend where he is, and asks him to come pick him up. After finishing the call, he politely hands the phone back to Anna. Michael, still uneasy, reluctantly agrees to let him wait inside the house until his friend arrives. Soon, they are sitting together at the table, drinking and eating. But what the family doesn't realize is that John has hidden intentions. While they are distracted, he secretly slips something into their drinks. Slowly, the family begins to feel weak, and before they know it, they are unconscious. Hours later, they wake up to a horrifying sight. They are all tied up tightly on the sofa, their hands and legs bound. John stands before them, no longer pretending to be friendly. His expression is dark and threatening. He begins speaking in a cold, serious tone. He tells Michael that he knows the truth about him, about the terrible things he has done in the past. John claims that even though the court couldn't bring justice, he will. He accuses Michael of being a cruel and dishonest man, someone who hides behind his wealth and reputation. Michael tries to protest, but John doesn't stop. He says that from the outside, Michael looks like a respected man, a government worker admired by many. But behind closed doors, John claims, he is someone evil and corrupt. He declares that Michael has harassed women, some of them young girls who were not even of age. Lauren is shocked by these accusations. She immediately jumps in to defend her husband, saying that there's no way this could be true. She begs John to stop, insisting that her husband could never do such things. But John silences her, shouting at her to be quiet. Michael, furious and insulted, yells back at John, demanding proof of these wild accusations. But John doesn't hold back. He punches Michael hard in the face, again and again, until blood pours from his nose. He warns Michael that if he dares to lie again, he will kill him right in front of his family. Terrified and broken, Michael finally cracks. He confesses in front of his wife and stepdaughter. He admits that John is right. Lauren and Anna, upon hearing this, are left completely shattered, unable to believe what they just heard. Their world falls apart in an instant. Laura never suspected her husband could be such a person. She is shocked beyond words, unable to believe what she has just heard. On the other hand, the movie shifts to introduce us to two new characters, Barry and Nolan. These men have come with one mission, to kill Michael. They carry his photo with them, and they have been paid to hunt him down. They know they cannot leave this place unless Michael is dead. When Barry and Nolan arrive at the location where Michael has been seen, they knock on the door. John, who is inside the house, is surprised by the sudden knock. He quickly heads to the door and opens it. The men ask if there is a person named Michael in the house. Without hesitating, John tells them that there is no one by that name here and insists that they must have the wrong location. The two men, not wanting to cause a loud commotion in the middle of the night, decide to leave quietly. But shockingly, the movie reveals that Michael is still inside, tied tightly to a chair near the sofa. What John doesn't realize is that while he was busy at the door, Michael had started working on freeing himself. By the time John returns, Michael has already managed to escape his bindings. When John discovers that Michael is gone, he panics. Furious, he grabs his gun and runs outside, desperate to find him. Meanwhile, out in the forest, Michael unexpectedly crosses paths with Barry and Nolan, the very men who were ordered to kill him. Michael is stunned, unable to process the danger surrounding him. The tension escalates quickly when Barry and Nolan, realizing John had lied to them, turn their guns on him. A shootout erupts between the hired killers and John. In the chaos, Michael uses the opportunity to run for his life. He dashes through the darkness of the forest, hoping to escape the nightmare. Eventually, Michael stumbles onto a road, praying to find a passing car so he can ask for help. But John is not a man to give up so easily. Using his cunning, John takes a shortcut and intercepts Michael on the road. Pointing his gun directly at him, John forces Michael back toward the house. Once again, Michael is dragged inside, tied up even more tightly than before, this time placed beside his wife, Lauren. He then takes Anna away and into her own room as she is innocent. He then returns to Michael and his wife. John, determined to expose the truth, now turns his attention to Michael with two final questions. His first question is simple yet heartbreaking: has Michael ever cheated on his wife? Michael looks into Lauren's eyes, and with heavy guilt, he admits, yes. Lauren is stunned beyond belief. She never imagined her husband could betray her like this. But the second question is even more disturbing. John asks if Michael has ever done something unthinkable, if he has ever forcefully taken advantage of his own stepdaughter, Anna. Michael tries to resist, but under the crushing pressure, he shockingly admits that it is true. Lauren is devastated. The pain is so unbearable that she loses control of herself. With a loud, furious voice, she screams at Michael, hurling insults and calling him names. John warns her repeatedly to calm down, to stay quiet, but Lauren is consumed by rage. She refuses to stop. Finally, John, losing patience, strikes her across the face. Blood trickles, and the shock silences her. Even so, the damage is done. Lauren's heart is shattered. The love she once had for her husband turns instantly into pure hatred. The man she trusted most has become a monster in her eyes. John, hearing Michael's confession, is shaken too. He never expected such a horrifying truth. Overcome with anger, he savagely beats Michael, punching him over and over until Michael's bones crack. Blood spills, and Michael's body is left broken. His legs and hands are crushed, leaving him unable to move, let alone attempt another escape. By the next morning, Michael finds himself bound again, this time by a nearby lake. His hands and legs are tied so tightly he can barely breathe. Standing next to him is John, weapon in hand, and beside John are Lauren and Anna. It is at this moment the truth is revealed. The shocking twist comes out: Lauren was behind everything. She was the one who had hired John to carry out this terrifying plan. Every step, every detail, had been carefully orchestrated by her. The reason? Lauren had long suspected that Michael was hiding something terrible. She knew deep in her heart that he had hurt her daughter, and when she discovered the truth, her desire for revenge burned brighter than anything else. She couldn't allow him to get away with it. Now, standing by the lake, the family has decided his fate. Michael, unable to fight back, listens in horror as Lauren and John prepare to end it all. They plan to push him into the water. Since he cannot swim and his hands and feet are bound, drowning will be certain. Michael begs desperately for his life. He pleads with Lauren, promising to change, swearing that he will fix everything. But Lauren, her face cold and determined, refuses to listen. She explains that this has been her plan for a long time, and now it is finally the end for him. With those final words, Lauren pushes Michael into the water. He thrashes and struggles, but with no way to free himself, his fate is sealed. The family watches as he sinks, ensuring that even if the police search, they will never find his body. In the final moments, Lauren looks at him one last time and declares that she has finally won. Her revenge is complete. The story closes with one last revelation. John, the man who carried out the brutal plan, is revealed to be none other than Anna's biological father. He had wanted revenge as well, determined to destroy the men who had done something so horrific to his daughter. And with that, the movie Malicious, 2023, ends. Dear viewers, this was the dark and chilling story of Malicious, 2023. What are your thoughts about this film? Let us know in the comments below. Until next time, when we return with another intense movie recap, stay safe, stay strong, and stay tuned.